down her dream of becoming a K-pop star. A lot of dreams of becoming K-pop stars here. Hi, I'm Dabby, but you can call me Dabz. So recently I received a comment that was asking me to compile a list of books that like K-pop books related to K-pop, and I saw that comment and kind of thought that it would actually be a good idea for a video. So that's exactly what I'm doing in this video. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of books that are related to K-pop in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. So the first book I have is called XOXO by XOXO, and this book I actually made a book review on. So this book follows Jenny, a Korean-American high school cello player who lives in Los Angeles. Her goal right now is to get into a prestigious music school, but when she receives some harsh criticism after a cello performance, her confidence is shattered, and her uncle gives her this advice to just live life. That night, she meets a boy, Tae at her uncle's karaoke bar, and for the first time in her life, she has an adventure of a night. Then, Tae disappears. Well, where did he go? So yeah, like I said, I have a book review on this book if you want a more in-depth like explanation of it, but I did really enjoy this book. It was kind of like a light read, like it was like a feel-good read, and it was really easy, like the language was like simple, and I ended up enjoying it. So the next book is called Made in Korea by Sarah Suk, and in this book, one of the main characters, Valerie Kwan, runs a business at her school selling K-beauty products with her cousin, and she dreams of making enough money to take her grandma to Paris. On the other side, the new kid, West Chung, wants to pursue music after he graduates, but his parents disapprove. And by selling K-pop products, this is where the K-pop comes in, at his school, he wants to make money towards the tuition that his parents won't pay. West doesn't realize that by doing this, he's now Valerie's biggest competitor. As they fight for the position of the top business in the school, both tension and sparks are between them in this rivals to lovers novel. So I think I read this book too, and I enjoyed it, and I think the biggest thing that drew me to it was like this rivals to lovers like kind of dynamic, and I think they did it well, but I definitely think there are books that have done, or like books or like media that have done it better. And I think that this book was kind of like a simple language. It was an easy read. It was kind of light. So the next book is called Once Upon a K-Prom by Kat Cho. And this book is about a girl named Elena Sue. And she has always stood in the shadow of her siblings and her friends, but she's sure about one thing, that she does not want to go to prom. But when K-pop star Robbie Choi shows up at her house and asks her to prom, Elena is confused because Robbie is her childhood best friend who's always accepted her, plus they had a promise as kids that they would go to prom together. But that was 7 years ago, and Elena isn't sure if that's what she wants anymore. Even so, she can't seem to stop thinking about Robbie. So I think this is like a full-blown kind of romance novel. So the next book is called I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. This book is about Sky Shin. All her life she's been put down, discouraged from following her dreams of becoming a K-pop star because she's fat. And even so, she keeps going. She tries out for an audition and she nails her audition, and she begins practices and performances and more. As she tries to become Korea's first plus-sized K-pop star, she begins to navigate Korea's kind of fat-phobic society, along with her sudden fame and possibly even her romantic life with a fellow competitor. I think this book sounds really interesting, especially because it's looking at K-pop from like someone who's like plus sized and so isn't as well accepted, especially like in Korea and in the K-pop like industry. So I think that would be very interesting to read about. So the next book is called K-Pop Confidential by Stephen Lee. And in this book, the main character, Candice Park, has spent her whole life as a quiet Korean girl who plays an instrument and takes APs, and kind of that like perfect like top of the class student. But she spent her life pushing down her dream of becoming a K-pop star. A lot of dreams of becoming K-pop stars here. But one thing about Candice is that she can sing, and she can sing pretty well. After secretly entering an audition, she gets a spot as a trainee. However, once she enters the K-pop world, she realizes how strict the rules are and how hard the training is. And when a fellow trainee comes into her life, she especially has trouble following the biggest rule: no dating. Will Candice risk her life and her relationships and her future to follow this dream? Sounds interesting. I think this book is a series too. I think this book called Kpop Revolution, which is like the second book. The last book on my list is called Shine by Jessica Chung. And this book is interesting because it's actually written by a K-pop star. Jessica Chung was the lead singer of a girl group called Girls' Generation. And this book is about a Korean American teen thrown into the world of K-pop. Recruited by DB Entertainment, Rachel Kim must train and be the perfect star. She's also forbidden from dating, which is, I think, is actually true. Like in the K-pop industry, like dating is like strict rule because of like the culture kind of, and like the media and like just generally. Anyways, she's also forbidden from dating, and Rachel navigates the K-pop industry and she fights to be on top, and she also catches feelings for another K-pop star, which is gonna be hard for her with this rule. This book kind of like, I think, unravels the dark secrets behind the K-pop industry, and I think that it would be very realistic and like raw since it's written by like a K-pop star. So I think that's very interesting. I think out of all the books on this list that I haven't like read so far, I think this is like the top one that I do want to try to read. Yeah. So that has been 6 different books about K-pop. I hope that this video has helped you find some books that you might be interested in. If you have a book about K-pop that, or like kind of just Korean culture in general even, that you really enjoyed, that you want to share, that you recommend to me, leave it in the comments. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, then like this video and subscribe for more content like this. 뭐지? Is it just happy reading? Subscribe for more content like this. Happy reading!